All right. So
I was on diplomatic duty,
Okay.
so when I got out of college, I was immediately shipped to London.
okay.
And from London, they sent me down to Plymouth and put me on board the ship.
Okay.
And our ship was a goodwill tour, and that'll give you an idea where we went. All these cities here, and that was just in the first year. And then the second year, we made almost the same circuit again.
So you were drafted right out of college, or how
No,
did that?
see, I got a commission. I was in the ROTC
And what
at Tufts.
At Tufts, okay.
And then when I graduated, I got a commission, an ensign.
In the Navy.
In the Navy.
Name of the ship?
The USS Columbus.
Okay.
See?
So you were in all these. These are all your.
This is the name of the. This one here, I wrote them in. It's a little easier to understand.
So you did
all the supports we went into.
So what was your? You said it was a.
Well, it was kind of a goodwill
tour.
We went around and we entertained most of the dignitaries.
Okay.
For example, we entertained the King and Queen of Greece.
Okay.
We entertained. She was Princess Elizabeth then, but she's now Queen.
Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we entertained. I went to Somerset Maugham's 80th birthday party in southern France just because they wanted some dignitaries there. And we had a lot of the other dignitaries aboard ship. We went to Queen Wilhelmina's funeral, the Queen of Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We played. I had the band.
Okay, so were you in the band, or
no? I just was the administrator.
Okay, so
we played block parties in Nice, France. We played in Naples, Italy, and we played in Athens, I think. I think it was Piraeus. It's not Athens. That's the port. In fact, I'll show you. There's a picture. Well, I'll get back to
So when you graduated college, did you expect to go fight, or were you expecting to do what you did?
This was the interesting thing, John. When I got when we graduated, there were 22 of us
in the
Tufts,
ROTC program.
21 of them got their orders, and I didn't get mine.
Because?
Well, nobody could figure out. The captain of the unit said, "Meade, I guess you just don't rate." So my orders came in the next day, and they were to diplomatic duty. He says, "I'll give you my 4 stripes for your duty." That's how he said how thrilled he was for the duty I got. See, this is all I'll talk about those later. Here we are playing it probably on board ship, I think that one.
So so you were in charge of the band, on the Columbus?
On the Columbus, yeah.
So then what did that entail?
Well, whenever there was any kind of a ceremony, either on the ship or ashore, the band went.
Okay, so what did you exactly do for the band?
Well, I just made sure they all arrived, and I was kind of the administrator.
Okay.
Now here, this was on the Columbus, and there I am as the officer of the deck.
Okay.
And this is our Captain Welling, and this is the Admiral Conway. And he was the head of the whole fleet for the Northeast Atlantic and the Mediterranean.
Okay.
And so we welcomed him aboard. Every time he went ashore, we had to welcome him aboard again. So anyway...
so then what did you do on the ship? Did you
I had on the ship,
like on watch or anything?
Some, I did. I had a gunnery division.
Okay.
And I had 2 chiefs working with me, and so they kind of ran the division when I was gone.
Okay.
But we didn't do much. We never. I don't think I ever fired the guns on that ship because we didn't go anywhere to fire them. But I can't think of any special thing we did in the division. Just what everybody else did.
Yeah.
So
was the main purpose of the cruise just to go around and show like American power in the area?
Not some power, but just to influence the people. Remember, this is during the Korean War, and these, for example, here we are playing in Turkey at the hospital in Turkey, and this is another one of it. And this one made the Istanbul paper. here I am looking at X-rays with the doctors, and I don't know what I'm looking at, but I did.
Yeah.
And you see, here's another picture of the band.
Is that a...
See, and there's the nurses and so forth watching us play.
Turkish doctor?
Yeah, they're all Turkish doctors. See, what happened during the Korean War, a lot of countries sent token people to the Korea.
Okay.
The Turks sent 50 men.
Okay.
And when
dignitaries?
No, soldiers.
Okay.
So when I got over to, by the time we got to Istanbul, the 5 of them had come back wounded.
Okay.
And so that's
the
others are still over there,
Okay.
still fighting. But just to show our support for them, we went and we played for them and the doctors.
Okay. So you're more of like a
diplomat.
Yeah, diplomat. Okay.
So anyway, that's generally what we did.
So you're only on the Columbus. This cruise was only the summer and fall then. Is that right?
No, this is just 50.
Okay,
and then
so year.
I was there for 1951 too.
On the
and
Columbus.
We made on the Columbus,
Okay.
and we made a much similar type of tour again.
Okay, so just doing the same thing.
Yeah, almost basically the same thing. We may have added a couple of ports, but I couldn't find the. This is when we were. This was at Valletta Malta. That's my little combo, and that's the one we played for Princess Elizabeth, who's now the Queen.
Yeah. So did you actually meet her?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I got to say hello to her.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Pretty awesome. So did you feel sort of like left? Were you glad that you were doing this, or did you doing diplomatic? Or were you
I was happy as a devil. This was fun. This was party.
Yeah. So you didn't feel? Did you know people who were actually fighting from?
Well, it's
ROTC?
interesting.
Like like 20 other people.
About 6 of the other members of my group, that graduated from Tufts, got assigned to ships over in the Mediterranean.
Okay. So you're all naval ROTC.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all of them ended up being transferred over to Korea, but me.
Wow. So did they figure out why your orders were delayed?
No one. The captain couldn't figure it out.
Nobody figured it out.
He says, "I think you've got a pull somewhere," and I don't have any pull. But when I got the orders, and he said, "I'll give you my 4 stripes for your order, your duty."
You knew you stumbled upon something.
Yeah.
So you never felt like any remorse over not fighting, or
no, I didn't. I was doing something, and that's all that mattered. We just came back, Barbara and I, from a cruise in the Mediterranean, and we stopped in Villefranche.
Wow! By total accident?
No, it was intentional.
You wanted to go.
That's why I signed up for the cruise.
Oh, okay.
Is just to get back to Villefranche, and it had changed so much. It was probably a store and a bar, and maybe a shop of 2 in there when we first went in there in 50. Now, high rises and everything else, it's just like anything else. It just got so much. And this is the thing that astounded me in my trips back to, this is my second trip back to Europe, and everything had changed so much.
Yeah.
So much.
So it was mostly very primitive culture, or?
Not the culture so much as it is just the industrialization, the development of the properties and so forth.
So you were just trying to influence there. Was there any ever talk that you were going to get deployed or being transferred over? Or you knew that that's where you were?
That's where I was going to stay. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, at the end of 1950, let's see, it would have been November 1952. They needed somebody to go to gunnery school in Washington, D.C. And so they selected me.
Out of
the group. Somebody had to go.
Out of the band group or the whole?
No, the whole ship
okay.
officers.
Okay.
And so I said, well, I don't think I want to do that. I says, I'm getting out in June, and why would I want to go to the gunnery school and learn how to shoot guns and then go to civilian life? Well, I said, I'll tell you what. If you'll give me another 2 years of this duty, I'll be happy to go to gunnery school and sign on. They said, you're going to something else now. You've had your fun. So I ended up going back to gunnery school in Washington. And
so that was after the second cruise on the Columbus?
Yeah, almost in the middle of the second cruise.
Okay, so then...
Yeah. So I left the ship in Italy, I think.